Well, I just don't know what to say. It's my first YouTube video. What do I say? Yeah, but I don't know what I would write for an outline, is the thing. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. And I bleached my hair last week. It's not finished, but I haven't shown it to anyone online yet. I don't know what to say for an intro. Oh, God. Is my face too white? Or is my face just that white? So welcome on in. My name's Emma, and we're playing The Sims today. I zoned out. I have been doing the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 4 on my Twitch. And so I came up with a brilliant idea of building houses for my kids that I have as a product of the 100 babies and just making household for each 8 sets of kids. And I built the first one on stream a few months ago. I wanted to do the next set because I'm about to age up our next set of 8. So I wanted to make a new house for that household of 8 kids. So I went ahead and built a house for them. So let's go and take a look at that build. So I did start this house off with an inspiration picture with bricks on it, and it kind of looked a little bit cottagey almost, but with a modern twist on it, I guess. I don't know what it was about this picture, but it really spoke to me, and so I said, let's try and build this in The Sims. And of course, that didn't work at all. And as you can see from the inspiration picture, I don't know why I thought this would work in The Sims, but it very much did not. So we started off here with, building the walls, and I was kind of hesitant on where I was building, what I was doing. I played with the shape a lot, and it was interesting. I don't know why I did what I did, but I did do it, It was a time. I think my favorite part of this build was the porch. I know that sounds silly, but I really did like doing that kind of closed-in porch like that with the walls and the archway. I really liked how it looked, and I kind of want to try it again on builds. The problem I have with The Sims is stairs, because some of the stairs are clear on the sides, there's no wall on the side. And I don't know how to fix that. I guess I could just put a half wall there, but I don't want to have to put a half wall there. So I do struggle with that. If anyone knows a solution to that, please tell me. But yeah, I struggled a bit with this build. I have a love-hate relationship with it because there's some parts of it that I'm like, wow, I really love this. We did the gardening. I absolutely loved it. Hated all of the structure of it except for the front and the back. I really loved the front and back porches. I love me some front and back porch. I also did like the roofing on this. I liked doing the roofing like this, and I kind of want to play with the roofing like this again. I don't normally roof builds like that, so that was fun and really interesting to try and mess with. But yeah, there was also a lot of things I hated. I did not like the shape of this house. And it just, it presented a lot of difficulties, and you can tell where I started to give up in the middle of it, because I got really tired of trying to decorate the inside. But I guess that's okay. I did play around with ponds and stuff on this one too. I haven't gotten the chance to play with ponds on this, so that was really cool to mess around with the ponds and try and see how that all turned out. So now I'm just working on the inside layout. This is probably my favorite part of building in The Sims, is working on the layouts. It's almost like a puzzle, like Tetris or something to me. I don't know why I find it so enjoyable, but it's one of my favorite parts of the builds. The stairs, on the other hand, gave me a really hard time. I still haven't really messed with them, and it was difficult. I don't completely understand how you move them around and manipulate them. So that was a challenge. Overall with the build, I can't say that it's my favorite build, but it's definitely not my least favorite. I've built worse, but it's definitely not the best build that anyone could ever make. But also, I'm never going to play in it. It's just to put my kids inside of, so that's okay. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know why I chose that flooring. But you know, we chose that flooring, we stuck with it, and that's what I get. You know, now I get to look at a flooring that I'm not entirely sure I should have chosen. It kind of reminds me of the flooring in my old apartment. And like I still have really bad memories of that old apartment. Like I'm still like getting over my old apartment that I just moved from. So like I don't know why I picked those floors. Not that they're bad floors, but they just really remind me of my apartment. So I can't, I hate them, but I love them at the same time. Um, Another thing is I haven't gotten to play with the new swatches that just came out. All of the new swatches. There's a whole bunch of new things. So that was really nice to kind of like look around and see how many more like variations of things there were, even if I didn't get to use them. I like to play around and kind of mess with them. So that was really nice. I don't know why I did the kitchen like this. I hate it. I hate the layout of it. It's like one of the like least favorite things I did to this house. I feel like I've made the most cursed kitchen in this house. I struggled with the oven vent, so I ended up eventually just deleting it because it kept like going through the wall. BB Move Objects was just giving me a whole time. I hated every second of it. It was awful. I don't know why I decided I wanted the kitchen to be right there and to take up the middle of the house, but it was a bad decision on my part. I guess that's like the thing with recording these speed builds and just in general with like YouTube videos is you get to go back and look at things. Like at the time, I was like, oh yeah, this is like a great idea. I love the floors, whatever. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, this is really my apartment floors. But like that's the thing about YouTube, I guess, is like you get to go back and kind of like look at things. And so it's interesting. I'm really excited though about like starting this YouTube and actually posting stuff. I'm trying to like upload my vods on here, try and get some videos up, and like try and really work on some stuff. I've got some really cool ideas planned, so I've got to like start recording that. And I need to go back to streaming on Twitch because I have been a huge slacker and not been doing that. Speaking of Twitch, I know that they just had their servers hacked into. So everyone, if you haven't done that, go change your password, reset your stream key, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, please protect yourself on the internet. I am excited though to get this YouTube started. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, but I've been like really nervous about learning to edit. And now that I'm like kind of getting into it, it's not as scary and intimidating as I thought it would be. There's still like a lot that I need to learn about it, but it's not like as awful as I originally thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like really terrifying and I wasn't going to understand anything. And it's not too bad. Like I have some Photoshop experience, so it's not like the worst thing in the world, and I think I'm going to get the hang of it. I'm already kind of starting to get the hang of it, so that'll be really cool to kind of get the hang of all that and start posting YouTube videos because I have some really cool ideas. I want to record stuff more often and try and like get stuff on here. So I'm going to try and be a bit more consistent with my content on Twitch and on YouTube. I really enjoyed working on the living room. I don't know why, but I was like obsessed with this like green blue couch and the yellow. I thought that it was just the best look ever. I was like obsessed with these couches and like I struggled for a long time on like where to put them because I did not make this living room correctly. And I think the biggest problem I had with this build is just how I put the rooms in. Like I probably should have put some hallways in there and like messed with it a little bit more. And I didn't. I should have probably like added some more walkways. I did bite off a lot more than I could chew with this house, I think. But overall, I think the living room worked. I did kind of like how it looked with the yellows and the blues in there. I just thought it was really cute, and I like that kind of aesthetic. I like the aesthetic of Crayola toddler vomit. Just throw up the entire 24-pack of crayons all over my living room, please, and thank you. But yeah, so moving on from toddler Crayola vomit, I am really genuinely excited to start the YouTube, get like editing under my belt, because I am kind of enjoying the process of editing. I've been kind of like editing this along as I record different things, and it's been really fun, and I've really enjoyed it. So I think it'll be really cool to do, and I'm just excited for this next little part of my journey, I guess. This next little part of my journey as like a content creator. So I think it'll be really cool. And so yeah, I'm excited. I've got some Sims stuff coming up, some Minecraft stuff, some other like variety games. I might even like put some craft stuff on here. I'm just gonna put on this YouTube whatever I like. And you just be here for the journey. Just come on, watch the things that you want to watch, or don't dislike every video if you want. I don't care. I'm just putting stuff on here because it's fun and I enjoy it and I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, so anyways, I'm trying to like think of some other things to talk about here in the next couple minutes that I've got left on here. I was reading earlier today that they think they solved the Zodiac Killer's case. It was like this group of like decoders got one of the ciphers from the Zodiac Killer and went through and found this guy's name in it, saying basically he was like the serial killer, I guess. And I don't have a lot of details on it, and they haven't like released a lot of details about it, but they basically stated that they solved the cipher and that they had found some forensic evidence, but they didn't say like what the forensic evidence was. So I am interested to see what that is. You know, like I'm interested to see what they're gonna come out and say in the next few weeks. Like the FBI and the California Police Department haven't released anything, and they haven't like confirmed this. The guy that the group believes is the Zodiac Killer has been dead since 2018. But like reading more about this dude, like some like family sources and like other like anonymous sources basically were saying that he was like kind of a sketchy dude, and he did like go around with this group of people, I guess, and like get into trouble. But like there's not a lot of information about it, so I am interested to see where this will go, because it would be really interesting if they could solve the like Zodiac murders, and it'd be really interesting if this is the guy. Like, how was he able to create such like complicated ciphers? I don't know, the whole thing like is really interesting and fascinating to me, so it'll be really cool to like see the coming developments. I don't know, just like true crime stuff is pretty fascinating, and I think like a lot of people probably feel that way too, where true crime is just really interesting. I think that a lot of humans are fascinated by like the dark concepts of humanity and like the dark things that other people can do to other human beings and like other living creatures. So I think that's like where that fascination comes from. But I love stuff like that. I love listening to like true crime podcasts and TV shows, and just reading about it. It's just fascinating to me. And yeah, I just think that stuff is kind of cool. But I guess to come back from my tangent about serial killers and true crime and stuff like that, you know, I did enjoy decorating certain parts of the interior of the house. I really liked the little music room that I did upstairs, because a lot of my kids in the 100 Babies just play the violin, and I just give them the violin and let them play that for a few hours until they master it, and then I'm like, okay, good, I don't have to worry about this. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to put in there. I also did like working on the exterior of the house. You know, I haven't really gotten to play with the pawns because I was in the process of moving when all of these new sim updates came out. So I've been really enjoying like trying to play with them and get to know them and like see what's been changed and what's new. And I've been really enjoying that. And I definitely want to get the cottage living pack next. I think that's like my next step, is like getting the cottage living. I think that'll be really cool and fun. So I am really excited for the cottage living stuff. But yeah, the cottage living stuff looks really cool. I'm going to play around with some of the spa stuff too, because they updated that. And so it'll be really cool to just kind of play around and, you know, see how all of that is coming out. And so I think cottage living, just from the appearance and like the gameplay that I have seen, it's like what I wanted from Realm of Magic. I did really like Realm of Magic, but I felt like it could have been more. And cottage living almost kind of feels like the more that I was wanting, except without the magic. So I think there's that. I don't know what I was doing with the backyard, and I don't know why I chose to put these trees in the shape that I did. You know, don't come after me. I know it looks a bit weird. I think it kind of came out in the end. I did think about putting a fence back here, but honestly, I wasn't feeling it. So we went with this like weird V shape in the backyard. You know, it is what it is, you know. But I did like this little like picnic area that I made for them, and I think it's really cute, and I could just imagine my 8 kids from my 100 Babies challenge all playing here and eating a picnic and whatever. I did just like the little garden like fairy aspect. I love flowers. I love to put them like all over my Sims build. This was kind of like low tier amount of shrubbery and stuff that I put on my build. Normally I put a whole lot more on there. But so I kind of went a little bit lower than I normally do on the shrubbery aspect. I do really like how the outside turned out. I will have to play with the ponds some more though, but that's the whole build right there. Did I change my clothes in the middle of recording that? Yes. Anyways, if you stayed here for the whole video, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, I mean, you could have clicked away at any time. And if for whatever reason you've fast forwarded to the end of this video, welcome. I love your chaotic nature, and you are more than welcome to stay here. If you have any suggestions, feel free to comment them below. I would love to hear some video ideas. And I would love to know like how this video was. How did you feel about the timing of it? You know, this is my first ever video like that, so it is a little bit choppy. It's a little bit weird. I'm like just getting the hang of this. So like please like tell me how you felt about it. If you hated it, please tell me, and please tell me why. And if you just hated it because you hate me, well, me too. Anyways, thanks for hanging around. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content and you want to see some more. I'm going to post some more stuff like this, and I'm going to post all kinds of other stuff on here as well, so be sure to come back and check and see if there's anything else that you like on here. If you want to see other content from me, you can check the description box below for my Twitch, and come follow my streams on there, because I stream over there sometimes too. So yeah, come check me out, follow me, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and hope to see you next time. Adios!